As soon as I learn how not to cry when I'm angry, it's
Yes!
over for you people. It's over. Hello, hello. Welcome back finally to my aunt's attic. It's been a hot minute.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, because I've been a busy person.
We both have.
Really? You have a life? What?
Oh my god, you're so mean.
Tell us all about it, Mary Grace.
Why do I have to if I don't have one? Why don't you go first?
Because
then?
apparently I'm incorrect in assuming you have no life. But
You thought I was just been doing nothing for the past 3 weeks?
isn't that what you always do? I'm just kidding. I know you work. I know, I'm
brutal.
kidding. I'm kidding. But first, let me introduce my cousin. My cousin, one of my infamous cousins, Tiffany, is here with us today. Say hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
Oh gosh, she was nervous. She's not a podcaster at all. But more importantly than Tiffany, is Reginald.
Rude. That was rude.
Reginald.
My Palm Pal cow.
Oh my
Reginald.
god, I love the Palm Pals.
I ordered several more. Not for me. Actually, it's for Tiffany's kids. Spoiler alert. But I did buy a raccoon one is for myself as well.
They are so cute.
They are.
I always see them like at the fair and I always want one.
How have we never
I'll
seen
post
him before? We saw him for the first time at the beach.
Yeah.
I see them at like gift shops and like I saw him at the fair last year.
I got him from a gift shop down at the beach. And I just love him. I'm obsessed with him. He follows me everywhere. He won't leave me alone. So I bought a raccoon.
He doesn't follow you. You force him.
Shut up. Shut up. But yeah. Your turn,
That's
Mary Grace.
it?
That's
It's
it.
been 3 weeks. And
3
you got
weeks, that's it.
a
Reginald.
Palm Pal?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what Palm Pal like I always see that I want. Maybe like the mushroom or something. It's cute. Or like an avocado.
It's an avocado. Thanks.
Thanks. What have I been up to?
Well,
was that the question?
up to. I thought you said up to.
Mm-hmm.
What have I been up to? A lot.
Yeah.
No, I said on purpose.
Okay.
Well,
Leo.
what did you do for the 4th?
We went out to the lake.
You want to talk about it?
Haha. You want to talk about it?
I don't care.
Do you have something going on?
No. Go.
You sounded like excited about it.
No. Oh, I just have multiple things.
Well, then you go ahead because I'm going to end up commandeering the show if you don't go first.
But it's so awkward to just jump into it. I feel like we need to talk about like recent current events. So talk
Is that
about
not
the
a
4th.
current event?
It's not really. Talk about your 4th.
Okay. We went to the lake, Cuyahoga Lake. My pseudo-aunt and uncle have a house out there. And then my pseudo-uncle's side of the family came for the first time. So I was meeting a whole bunch of new people. And my pseudo-uncle's son, so my pseudo-cousin, it's a weird situation. They're not my aunt and uncle, but I call them aunt and uncle because they're David and Danny's aunt and uncle, but they're not mine. It's complicated, but whatever. So Nick, my friend Nick, he is just like me. We're gonna go with my friend Nick.
My cousin friend.
My pseudo cousin friend Nick is like me, crazy basket case. But we're right. We're just on everything. People think we're basket cases, but we're just actually correct in all things. All the conspiracy theories, all the craziness, and we ended up getting this one other guy pretty much bought into our side of the argument that the moon landing was faked.
Oh my god, I just said this the other day, and someone was like, do you really think that? Do you really think that? I'm like, why do you not think that?
There's more evidence against the moon landing than there is for it. 100%. Tiffany shook her head. Yeah. She nodded.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone tried to make me feel... I say someone. A coworker of mine.
Wait, one of those idiot...
Not one of my friends. A new one who we all hate.
Okay.
I hope he's listening. He knows that I hate it. Everyone hates him.
You know who you are.
He's just like a know-it-all, and he's like a... I don't know. He's kind of a brat, and so... I said that I didn't think it, and he was like, you really think that? And I was like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fake. So yeah, you're on our side too. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's great. Tiffany.
Yes. I
You agree.
on your side, yeah.
Ah, perfect. Yeah. He also got really upset when we mentioned to him the fact that you only see one side of the moon. You see one face of the moon, so he was kind of blown away by that. And also that nobody's allowed at Antarctica. He got really upset. He's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm going to Antarctica. So he's going to get arrested trying to go to Antarctica. But yeah, that was my fourth. Consisted of just a really long, big conversation. Oh,
That's
there
not
goes
good.
the new AC. I turned off one, and the other started up.
Oh, that's strong.
Real cold. Oh, we just
There's
clear
a
over here.
breeze.
Oh, wow. That's really loud. That's gonna mess everything up. I gotta turn it off.
I mean,
we already had mic problems before.
We're gonna be sweating buckets by the end of this.
We'll figure it out.
I think that's my bag. From like,
David and
Last
Mary
year.
still have my shopping bags. I get home.
why don't you go pick them up? We were just there yesterday.
I forgot.
I'll get it today. If you don't
No,
mind
so I
this.
came back home from vacation, and there was not a scrap of food in my house, obviously, because I've been gone for over a week.
Yeah.
And I had to go grocery shopping. I'm walking around my house, can't find my grocery bags. I'm like, I've been gone for a week. What the heck happened? My mom was there. She stayed in my apartment for her church retreat. So I call her up, and I'm like, have you seen my shopping bags? She's like, yeah, I think Mary took them. I'm like, what?
dang.
So now I've been out of my shopping bags, and I had to purchase one, and I was not thrilled about that.
They're good at that. She was like, I lost all my Tupperware. And I went over there, and Mary had it.
They're very bad about that. But anyway, what else happened? We've got lots of beach stories.
Oh, good.
So
Nothing eventful happened on the 4th. Oh, I fed chipmunks.
I love it. I
It was
love it.
so cool.
Like
Talking
multiple
about
chipmunks?
It was actually one that was, like, brave enough to come up, but there were, like, several around. But one had been convinced.
Straight out of your hand.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'll show you a video afterwards.
You're real Snow White. It's amazing.
So I was at the Adirondacks for the 4th, and my friend's grandpa, like, he's super into animals, and so he'd been, like, training them, and it's really cool.
That's amazing.
Um,
Anybody blow up? Fireworks?
oh. Like, did anybody blow up? My mind went to, like, allergic reaction from the chipmunks.
It's
like-
oh my god.
No, everybody was good. Oh my god, I totally got hit by a firework when I was a kid, right?
No?
Well,
What?
that's kind of the end of the story.
Is it just one of those things? It's hipped over and it shot at you? My cousin,
Yeah.
not this one, Charity, she was in a bad car accident when she was in high school. She had her whole leg in a cast. She's in a wheelchair. We took her outside. It was 4th of July. The thing tipped over,
Oh my God.
shot underneath her wheelchair,
And
and
you just
started
left her there?
exploding.
You ran.
She leapt up and everything. She was running with cast and all. It's hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah, no one probably stayed to help her. Huh?
No, we all
That's
scattered.
horrible.
Yeah, I figured.
We all scattered. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's your instinct.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not one to just dive back into the fray to grab one person. No, that can cover me.
I mean,
Oh man. Survival of the fittest.
You know what was also survival of the fittest?
you know what? I bet you would go back for Reginald.
I would.
Oh, she would.
Yeah.
Absolutely would. You know who our entire family would not bother saving in a crisis situation? Me and Tiffany.
Why?
Hey man. Literally, we'd be stranded, dying, and they just sit there laughing. Yep.
We got caught up in a lot of the waves. There was one day
Oh my god.
in the Outer Banks. The waves were just brutal, just pummeling you. I convinced Tiffany to go out with me.
It was so hot.
I'm not a water person, but it was hot that day, and I was like, I need to go out. So I convinced her to go with me, and once you get past the point where all the waves are breaking like onto the shore, it calms down a little bit. So we were trying to get out there. We're gonna get out there.
Mm.
Yeah, because every time one would come in and it'd be coming both directions. I mean, they had flags up, like saying there was rip currents and stuff, and
Yeah.
we just didn't care. And everyone else, our whole family, there was 19 of us, and they're all just sitting there laughing at us. And we just
That's
couldn't
horrible.
get by, and we get
Well-
back in, and my brother's like, "What are you were almost there. All you had to do was get past it."
And
If
it just
we could,
keeps
we
pulling you
obviously
in.
would have.
Yeah,
Right.
it pulls you back in or pushes you back. But the problem was like once you lose your footing, you're done.
Hmm.
And that's what happened to me. I was fine. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe because it was just you're getting pummeled. But as soon as it swipes your feet out from underneath you, I was doing barrel rolls, man. As soon as I'd pop up to try and catch
Oh
my
my
breath,
God.
another would barrel into
That's
me.
scary though. I hate that feeling.
Well, I did start to fear for my life a little bit
Yeah.
because to keep water from going up your nose, I breathe out my nose. But by the time I pop my head out enough to get another breath to do the same thing, I'm getting
Ugh.
barreled into. So I had no opportunity to get my breath,
I hate
and
that.
I was breathing out anyway. I had nothing left in me, and I'm doing barrel rolls. I'm like, this is it. I'm meeting Jesus.
It's awful also if you're already laughing.
Oh yeah, I was completely out of breath. And then it pushed me back far enough that I was on enough into the sand that I just plopped on my butt, covered my face, and just let it happen. I was done.
I turn around and she's gone. I was like, what the heck?
You lasted a little longer than I did.
Yeah.
Finally, I was able to, there was enough of a break in between that I scrambled up and I booked it out of there. I was like, I can't do it.
Thank God we were right on the beach, so we just went up there and we were literally hosing everything down right in front of Pap, and he's sitting there laughing. We had to actually go back and shower because it was awful. I found lots of things in my bathing suit.
She found a guppy!
I found like a little guppy in my bathing suit that night. Yeah.
Way.
It was.
I love the fact that you
rough.
kept
Oh my
it
God.
on the bathroom mirror sill.
I did, because no one would believe me.
Yeah.
So I set it
No,
there and
that's
it
crazy.
just
There was
shriveled
a
up.
guppy in her pants.
But that's not even like the first incident where they just laugh at us. Like
Yeah.
we were at the lake years
yeah.
ago, and
The
we were like,
infamous
"Let's go out in the
canoe.
canoe," and it was like a big metal canoe, and I was like, "Okay, sure, let's go." We go out there, and everyone else was going to get. They were going to get gas at the marina, and
So the boat.
Dummy here
Was
just starts
gone.
rocking.
Okay, that is the biggest
That
lie.
is so true.
That is. You started rocking
No.
and knocked me out. Don't even, you
Okay,
liar.
Whoever started rocking, you
Tiffany.
started tipping, and that's when it all went.
You
And I was
started
like, no,
rocking.
it's
I
gonna
lost
get-
my balance. She tips us even more. I fall out. She tries to help me into it. Then she falls in, and we're stranded.
It hits us on the head.
Oh.
And we flip it back over and it's full of water. We couldn't
We couldn't get it
couldn't
up.
get it up. We're literally in the middle of the lake. There was one person on shore. I can't even remember who it was, and they were just sat there and waved
Yeah.
to us. And we just
We're struggling for our lives
it was,
in the middle of the
Awful.
lake. Nobody there to rescue until they came back from getting gas. and
but
they
that
saw
took
us.
forever because they ended up running out of gas, and so we
Yeah.
were just stranded in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
It was probably at least 2 hours. I was dead.
Oh my god.
It was a lot.
But yeah.
We had life jackets though, right?
I don't know. Honestly, for some reason, I feel like we didn't.
I feel like we didn't
because
either.
I remember feeling absolutely exhausted. Like I was just gonna fall into
yeah.
the depths of.
So, but the thing is, we do that thing. Tiffany does it as well. I can be out in the water and float all day long because you fill up your lungs and you just breathe out of the top. So you're your own flotation device.
I didn't know that was such a hard thing to do.
And people don't get it. That's why some people are bad
I get it, but I've
swimmers.
never done it before.
Yeah, I mean, I can be out in the water. I won't move, and I'm floating.
Mhm.
Like, completely up out of the water and everything, because I'm just my own flotation device.
Mhm.
Tiffany can do it, too. We discovered that. So I never wear a life jacket. So I feel like we didn't have one. You know what? Actually, we did. We weren't wearing them,
Oh
though.
yeah, for sure
were
they
in
probably
the canoe.
went.
Because legally, you have to have
Yeah,
them. We
that's
weren't
right.
wearing them. They were in the canoe. We were treading water, trying to put the life jackets on.
Yeah.
And we could only, because when you're in the water and it's
yeah.
floating above you, you can only kind of and it's not working.
And we were trying to keep
Yeah.
a hold of everything and
Yeah.
not let anything sink. Yeah,
We were
that
trying to
was
hold up the
awful.
canoe, thinking it was going to sink. Yeah. That was a great time.
Yeah.
Don't put us together. It's bound to be a bad time. We're a really great time. Oh my gosh. What about you?
It's so awful when you do that.
Why?
Because what am I gonna say?
I don't know. I feel like I end up commandeering it though, as we've discussed.
Commandeer
This is the Danielle show. I don't know why she even bothers showing up.
Always.
Oh, that's why you're the editor.
Dude, you're brutal. Well, how do you deal with it?
It took me 3 weeks to realize that I didn't have your half of the last episode.
Yeah,
I just don't have it.
yeah. You do
Put it
now.
out.
It's on the drive. It's on the drive. I have a whole list of things to talk about.
I also do, but they're not as funny.
Mine aren't either. She read the list. They're mundane things.
All right.
Well, let's actually
So,
no. So let's talk about the beach though a little bit more.
did you even bring your list?
I did. It's on my
Oh,
phone.
okay.
So our grandparents were going to bed one night.
Oh god.
So
Oh god.
okay, there was a video, TikTok or something, about a bunch of grandkids just showing up at their grandparents' house and having a sleepover.
Mhm.
Well, we kind of wanted to do something like that, but it wasn't going to work as far as like an actual
Yeah, 'cause we
sleepover.
have cousins that are like doctors and things, and we
Yeah.
can always get together.
It wasn't going to happen. So when we were at the beach, we were just like, it's our last night there. Let's do it now. We'll just kind of sneak into their room, lay down with them in bed after they've gone to bed. And we have the whole video and everything. I don't know if we can post it. Do you want to post it? Do you care if we post it?
I don't care.
Nobody follows our Instagram. Like, literally.
We follow it.
Yeah, we follow it. That's it. But it was actually hilarious. I'm not good at telling stories. It was so much more funny than...
Yeah, you had to be there.
Yeah, he had to be there kind of thing. But it was quite funny. Because we're all laughing hysterically right outside the door, but they're deaf. They can't hear anything.
They took their hearing aids out. They had no idea.
Yeah.
My brother was dressed up in his little Minnie Mouse costume from Christmas. Yeah. And so that made it even better. But he
fully grown man. He's in a Minnie Mouse onesie.
Really funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's like my Pap's sidekick. Like, he's always around, but if something happens, he's always like, "Where's Josh? Where's Josh? Like, where is he?" So when all this happened, we knew we had to send him in first, and we were dying laughing, and we had to keep closing the door because we're like, they're gonna know.
We're gonna wake them up. We're laughing. We're cackling.
This is after like hours of trying to get our grandma to go to bed.
She just kept
coming back out,
in and out of her bedroom, and Ashley go to bed, Grandma.
Like,
go to bed.
Doing?
Just I don't know, getting ready to leave.
Yeah, it was the last night, and so like she's coming out, helping things around, making sure she's got stuff. She'd go to bed, and then she'd come out for something else, and Ashley just kept yelling at her, like, "Go to bed, Grandma, you're done."
Because we were all exhausted, and we wanted to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, we were waiting for her
to do it. So she finally goes in there, and they take their hearing aids out, and he starts to go in, and we all just started dying laughing, and we had to close the door. And she could feel that someone was like in the room, but she couldn't. I don't know how they couldn't hear us, even without those.
Well, she couldn't see anything. Josh said that because he was crawling in. He crawled in first, real quiet. Got to the end of the bed, crawled up, and Grandma knew something was going on, but she couldn't see anything, so she wasn't paying attention. Until he started crawling up onto the bed, and then Josh said that Grandma looked up, and he just kind of flopped over.
And she didn't even know. She still had no idea.
No idea. He finally crawls all the way up in between them. He puts his arm like around our Pap. Then all of us start crawling in, and then we all just jump on, and then they wake up.
Yeah, and Grandma's like, "What is going on?" And Pap's like, "This is amazing."
He's like, "Where's Josh?" And then just Josh pats him. It's like right here. It was fantastic.
It was sweet. So they enjoyed it.
Well, me and Jacob were kind of we were thinking, we're hyping this up so much that by the time we actually get it done, it's not going to be worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Absolutely. It was so freaking funny.
Jacob like ruined it for us though before we even went in there. He was like, "What if you don't want to go in there? What if something's going on?"
Oh my god! I was like, "What if you walk into something?" Like, oh my god!
In goes their grandson with a little.
You know what I did notice though? Did anyone else notice the fact that Grandma sleeps completely uncovered?
Yes.
And Pap was cocooned in his blankets.
It's because he's always free.
It was so funny.
She's not, but
I have to be covered even if I'm hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the sheet or something.
But yeah, I always have to have a blanket like up my neck.
Yeah,
real cozy.
Just the sheet and then
I
my
can't
blankie.
even have an arm out. I have to be covered.
That's how my feet are. Like, I don't know, unless I have like a fever or something. Nope. Those puppies are getting put away. They're cold.
Those puppies.
Nothing's gonna come under.
Oh my gosh! Don't let the under the bed demons.
Yeah, they'll just come up and snatch them.
Yep.
I just don't like feeling air moving when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah,
it's like distracting.
That's how
I have my fan on, but if I feel the air, I get really annoyed. But that's why I can't understand how people can sleep in the same bed as someone and feel their breath. No.
I don't think I've ever felt DJ's breath.
Ew.
Wow.
I read things. I read things that's just like, oh, their breath was tickling the back of my neck.
I truly believe marriages would be so much more successful if they all had king size beds.
Or just separate rooms.
beds like they did back in like
no, they had separate rooms way back then.
If you are in a king size bed, it feels like you're in separate rooms, truly. But like,
but I can
if you need to be in the same bed, you can be.
I can still hear them. I can feel their presence. Be gone.
That's what you think. But truly, DJ is such an annoying snorer. And only one time since we've gotten our king size bed do I hear him and like it bother me, and I just whack. I whack him, and that's all I do. And he stops. But it's truly amazing because he's always hot and I'm always cold. So we have our own stuff, and we have our 3 dogs in there too. And life's just so much better. But if you put
what is also so much better?
A smaller bed now, I want to kill him.
You know what is also so much better than all of that?
Being alone.
Being single.
No.
Yep.
I had a king bed as a kid.
All by yourself?
Oh my God.
Until I was 18, I had a king size bed.
What kind of absolute nonsense?
I I think you do this as well. I don't move when I sleep. I literally am like a mummy, and I don't roll, and I don't take up
You're in a
space.
coffin. Jeez.
Yeah.
With your
So
arms crossed.
I would take up just the little sliverest corner,
You need
and the
a
rest
twin.
of it was
That's
untouched.
Yeah, you need
That's
a twin.
wild.
I have a queen now, and I don't use any of it.
That's crazy.
As I have a full, and I only still use half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest is like a storage area.
I think I
Storage.
always slept in the middle when I had my own.
Well, my bed, I did sleep in the middle long enough that it has divoted.
Caved in.
So I've tried to scoot myself over to one
You
side to
just
try
roll.
to even it out.
It's like it's trying to sleep on a trampoline. You probably just end up in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how we were talking about like a silent fart being worse because
Deadly.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah.
no, but the fact that you're breathing, not silent, but if
Ew.
it doesn't smell, I'd rather smell it because then I can control if I'm breathing it in.
Yeah.
If it doesn't smell, I don't like knowing that it's in my lungs.
Ew,
Yeah.
I've never thought
You're
about
sucking up people's butt vegetables.
Like you don't smell it, but you're definitely breathing it in.
Right.
I've
If
never
I
thought
get
about
the second I get a hint, a whiff, a hit of a fart, I stop breathing.
that.
Yeah.
If I can't smell it,
Then you
I
don't
can't control the
Huh.
passage. But I think I have that same thing with people's breath. Is I don't like knowing that I'm breathing in a breath.
Dude,
An exhale,
Dude.
and my inhale.
my clients,
It's the
there are
same.
some of my clients I'm working on their shoulders, so I have one
It doesn't
client.
even have to be bad. It's just the fact that I know it's CO2 and not O2.
Oh my god. One client, their breath smells like mothballs.
Mm.
And then
That's
I
rough.
have the cigarette breaths and the coffee breaths, and I'm just like,
Listen,
I would rather die.
Listen,
I
they
would
have
rather die than smell your breath.
they have these little diffuser things that look like nose rings,
No.
and they're clear,
like
and
a
you
filter.
just nurses use them, and you just put them up there. You find them on Amazon. Awesome.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is actually a great idea.
I used
for
to
you.
use those for clinicals because there was one thing I could do a lot of things, but like geriatric smells I could not do.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh,
So
it's
yeah,
awful.
so you should try those. Yeah.
Mothballs is truly one of the most putrid smells.
Yeah. Every time I smell one, I think of
How
one
does your
certain
breath even
person.
start to smell like? I just don't get that. I don't get it.
I don't know how people are so self-unaware.
Yeah, I can tell if my
Thank
breath
you.
is bad.
Yeah.
Like we have an intervention specialist, and I can't with the man.
Clean out
But-
your tonsil stones, folks.
I don't get it.
You
I don't get it.
stanky.
Like we
you
literally
had-
had students telling him that his breath stunk,
Ew.
and nothing ever changed. Like how do you
I
how
don't
do you
get
not
it.
care?
I don't get it.
Have you had a tonsil stone since?
Oh, I had a big one. It was awesome.
Listen, you want to see some
heck?
tonsils?
Oh.
I got up here last week, and as soon as I got up here, I got like tonsillitis.
Yeah, she's grody.
I'm a lot better now. I'm not. That was weird.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Yeah.
What?
There
How
was
do you
some tonsils.
breathe?
I couldn't.
Holy crap!
Wow, that's so
What?
I couldn't.
scary.
Yeah, and there was like
They're like
patches.
touching each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Oh, I'm
gosh.
Yeah.
gagging all day long. Just like feeling my
Yeah.
tonsils touching
Yeah,
each other.
it's wild.
This
Yeah.
is gonna go for
Miserable.
so much more than 184. Look at that back deck.
You looking at a house right now?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I got a listing. $184,999 for a 3-bed, 2-bath. Well, 1 full, 1 half. 1,368 square feet.
Wait, look at this.
Huh?
I did those generating things on Facebook, and it pulls your profile picture, and it turned my son into a girl. I don't know if you saw him earlier, but
Oh my
it's
god.
hilarious. He's gonna be so
That's
mad.
funny.
Oh my gosh.
Smells like girl in here.
Smells like girly.
He's the smelliest kid you'd ever meet, so
That was so
Well, he's
funny.
also
they're so annoying.
gonna be 13, right?
He is 13.
He is at the
Wow.
peak of grossness.
Yeah.
Boy grossness. That's happening.
There was one kid in high school that smelled bad. Everybody made fun of him, and I always felt so bad.
It is
One
so
time,
sad.
someone like wrote on a board like before class like something. Do you wear deodorant?
Aww.
On the board.
There was this one guy, whatever. There was this one person who I went to school with. Listen, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I don't know.
The way you handled it, I already know the situation. Like I already know what's going on.
No, honestly, it was so much more complicated than that because there was this whole conversation about everything that, you know what?
I don't even know
Whatever.
if I know.
Forget it. It doesn't
There
matter.
was
They
this-
smelled.
But there was this person that smelled so stinking bad that during our clinicals at trade school for massage therapy,
Oh, I was gonna say I thought you were talking about high school.
the supervisor would go into all the rooms to make sure that they were cleaned out properly. The room stunk so bad afterward. The supervisor looked at me and he was like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's this kid. Yeah."
It's just him.
He's like, "That's a problem." He was not having it.
Oh my god.
It
That's
stunk
awful.
to high heaven. It was really bad. Yeah.
Gross. I need some old people
Essential
names.
oil ring nasal diffuser.
Yeah.
Sick, bruh.
I'll send it.
Cool. Thanks.
Or you could just put like a COVID mask on and put something in it.
But then-
Smelly.
But then you look like I feel like you look like you're sick or something.
that and
Oh.
it
I don't know.
it
Maybe not in New York.
gets so humid in your mask. And it's
Oh my
already hot
God.
enough in my
Wearing
room.
clear masks in ASL class.
Oh my gosh.
Was like
You
the
need
worst
windshield
thing.
wipers for those things.
Ugh, they were
Did you
so
ever
gross.
Did you ever forget that they were clear?
No.
I don't think so.
It was hard to forget because of how uncomfortable they were. And just,
So humid.
they were so humid.
Mm.
Yeah. It was not a
yeah.
fun time.
That was
Really
actually my
gross.
favorite because I'm a behavior therapist for kids with autism, and I worked in the center. And one of the biggest things was like, don't show your reaction. And those kids are the funniest. And I would just be able to die laughing in the middle of something, and they would have no idea. And so it was so hard to go back to like having to hide.
Mm.
Remember we had like the full face shields at one point?
I didn't
Ugh.
ever have that.
No?
No. Well, my
Or maybe
first
it was just
semester
for
of
work.
sign language was online.
Wah, wah.
Womp womp.
That sucks.
Hated those stupid clear masks. Oh my god.
We need to practice.
Imagine you sneezed on it.
Ew.
Ew.
We do need to practice. Someone from Def Coffee asked when I'm coming, and
Def Coffee.
I didn't have a good
It's
answer.
Def Coffee.
It's where you go to the cafe or to Panera and hang out with deaf people.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
It is.
But I can't get
Oh, so
Danielle
you-
to
so
go
you
with
get to-
Quit
me.
sending
So
me
you can
things.
actually. Well, I'm sorry. I'll forget if I don't do it now.
Okay.
But
Oh my
so you,
God.
you get to actually be in your element and sign. That's
Mhm.
fun.
Not in my element because I suck.
You need to go though. It'll help
Yeah,
you
it would
improve.
help. If you don't use
And
it,
I
you lose
won't
it.
go if you don't come with me. 'cause I
social
need someone
anxiety,
there.
double whammy.
Yeah, but
with
you don't
the
even
fact
have to
that I
talk.
suck. Oh my god,
You idiot.
That's a fact.
I do, but
You can't sound like an idiot by showing your.
Nah, she'll find a way.
I beg to differ.
You'll probably tell them I accidentally like F off or something.
Well, I know how to do that, and I'm not going to do that. But I do need to practice. That's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
someone asked me when I'm gonna go. We
And
need
guess
to
what? Nobody's
go.
ever asked me. They don't want me there.
Well, do you have their phone numbers?
No.
Right.
I've gone a
That's
grand total of twice.
Right.
Once because I
I
was
used to go,
forced
like,
to, and
every
once
single
because
week.
once because I had to, and once because I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I was a nervous wreck the whole time. I hated it.
Well, go with me.
If there is any type of like social setting, that would be the one to go to.
Yeah, and nobody's judging.
Girl,
and
I don't
everybody's
think
so
you
nice.
understand how stressful it is when
I
you don't know people. You're trying to get to know people, and
Yeah.
you don't have the words to do it.
no listen.
Oh yeah, if
I
you don't know how
understand
to.
that. That's why I'm saying
communicate.
come with me, and so then when there's an awkward moment, we can just look at each other and talk.
Or you could
that's
just be
what I'm
like,
saying.
Hey, bear with me. And
Like,
I'm sure
because-
that they would be so much. I feel like they would not mind.
No, they are so nice.
They would,
so nice.
Yeah, they would probably appreciate the fact that you're trying more than anything.
I
That
haven't
is
gone
it.
in over a
Yeah.
year, and one person, and they're like, "When are you coming?" I'm like, I
It probably
feel
means so
bad.
much to them. So get over
Yeah.
yourself and do it for them.
See,
You know
I
what,
don't
Tiffany?
like.
I'll go
Shut
with
your
you,
face.
and I'll just be like,
Yeah, you should come.
You should learn it.
I don't like going alone
I don't have
because
time for anything.
when there's like a pause in conversation, I'm just like, who do I look at now? If we're there together, then we look at each other. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But then
I'm
I'm gonna forget
so-
how to. I'm gonna be like,
And that's fine. I
That's
don't
fine. That's
I
okay.
feel like they would probably understand that. think you're-
I don't know.
Stop being.
I'll
I
have
wish
to.
more
so
young
dramatic.
people were there. Like, it's all old people. That's
Yeah.
the only thing. I don't know what to
One
talk
thing I love
young
about the
people.
school that I work at is where we went to high school, the only option for foreign language was
French or
Spanish, and
Spanish.
yeah, and the school I work at now, they do sign language
That's awesome.
in middle school. It's
That's so cool.
it is
That's
amazing, and they perform throughout like all these different things throughout the year. It's awesome. I wish more schools would integrate that.
I keep telling my family, please learn it, because half the time I spend more time doing what? Say that again?
That's so true. We have the worst hearing family ever.
And considering that our entire family is so obnoxiously loud that everyone it becomes white noise when everyone's yelling and screaming and.
But also just like in places like Wegmans or like at a concert or like wherever, it's like.
I love when we're driving next to each other.
Oh my god,
and we have conversations
so funny.
into different cars.
We've done that so many times, like leaving school or like one of the. What did that comment say? One of the boys who inhabit the store. What did he say? The young boys who inhabit the store. One of the young boys who inhabit the store. When he first got hired and we were chatting, I told him I was learning sign language, and he's like, "Oh, teach me how to say like, I just pooped myself or something."
Oh my god.
So this was like over a year ago. He met a deaf person last weekend and.
He showed the one bit of information. Oh my good gracious!
But they thought it was hilarious.
That's
but
so
I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did that."
Ah! Oh my gosh. It's better than nothing, I guess. That's a good start. Good gracious.
I would maybe say nothing is better.
Yeah. So what else have you been doing these 3 weeks?
Well, I interviewed for a job.
Ooh. Okay. You're leaving Ace? You're not going to be a helpful...
No. I wasn't going to leave. This was going to be an addition.
You're not
just
going to be
for
a
the
helpful
summer.
hardware folk.
I'm still an unhelpful hardware folk. I'm so unhelpful. I hate this situation. So my next door neighbor, he works at a winery up by like Watkins Glen. I think it's called Hammondsport. And he works there like part-time, so he has a house up there, and he goes like Sunday through Tuesday, and he just works a few days of the week, and I guess he makes this amazing money that he obviously can afford 2 houses, and he only works a few days every week. Okay. Nice. So he's like, "Oh my god, there's an opening, and you know, with getting a degree in communications, like that could be a really good opportunity for you. Like you could stay, we have like a whole finished basement, kitchen, living room, bathroom, like you could stay with us and work there for a few days of the week and then come back here for the rest of the summer." And I was like, okay, yes. I mean, that sounds terrifying, but okay. So I interview, and I'm like, what if I don't get it? What if I don't want it? Like, then this is an awkward, but it feels awkward now between him. You know what I mean?
You just say, "Hey, thanks so much for the opportunity, but it's not working out the way I needed to." Well, anyway,
I got the job.
Yay! Congrats.
But I would be making less than I do at Ace.
But you're still working at Ace.
Yeah, but I would lose also a day of work at Ace.
Okay. But is this a position that could eventually lead to something else?
No.
No? It's a dead-end job kind of thing?
They're like, "Oh, we like to train people in all different areas so that everybody knows it." That sounds to me like I would be doing everything.
Yeah.
It's like kitchen and register and yeah. So I was like, well, I don't want to really go all the way up there and then make less and lose a day of work.
So tell them that. Be like,
well, I did.
Competitive wages, man. Give me my money.
I did, and I also tried to bargain in the interview, and that didn't work. So, so I can't leave my house now because I'm afraid of seeing my neighbor. Because I just feel bad.
No,
I think they'll understand.
If they can't financially compensate you, then nah.
That's well, also, it's like, it'd be until the end of summer, and I've got like a month left. So I'm like, why would I start?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'd be open to working there maybe like next year and like fully like commit to the whole thing.
Yeah.
But for right now, it didn't make any sense. Now I just feel bad. So.
Man, you gotta get on my level where you just don't care.
I'm trying not to.
I just don't care. What anybody thinks, I don't care. Yeah. It's a good way to
Okay, then why do you go to Deaf Coffee?
That's not about other people. That's about me. That's about me feeling inadequate in and of myself.
Well, don't care what you think.
Get over yourself.
That's the one thing I haven't been able to get over, is myself. I don't care what other people think about me, but me? No, I have to be perfect all the time. And if I'm in a situation where I'm not perfect, I can be in that situation.
You never
Bye.
are.
I'm perfect. What do you mean?
Never once.
She is perfect.
I am perfect.
In my opinion.
In
Doesn't
all
matter.
facets of life, I am perfection.
Good.
You're welcome.
Great.
You are so welcome for my presence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
The entire time we were on vacation, Zach, every comment that he made trying to diss me, it was always just like, oh no, I'm perfect. There was eggshells in one of the breakfast eggs or something, and I asked, was it in this or this? And I was like, oh wait, I didn't even need to ask because I know it wasn't in mine.
Oh
And
my
he just looked at me,
God.
he's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, no, I'm perfect. If you just say it enough and it happens. Fake it till you make it. I have faked being
I guess
perfect.
that's true.
I have faked being perfect enough where I have now reached perfection.
You're stressing me out.
I hope everybody knows this is an actual joke. Like,
But fake it till you make it is a real thing.
yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah. Not
That's
mental
what I
health.
did.
I tried that one. That didn't work.
That's actually true.
Oh man. But if you fake being confident enough, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
If you fake your confidence enough, then you'll start to embody more confidence. And so it's a kind of, I can diss myself and I can find myself to be overly confident. And it's just whatever I'm feeling that day. So I'm going to embody confidence and it's going to happen.
Perfect.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I think has helped get me to the point where I genuinely don't care. I just kept telling myself, I don't care, I don't care. And now I don't care.
Do you want to hear a time where I told myself I didn't care that happened last week? That I did care?
You did care.
So, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. At least I think it's embarrassing. So, like, at the beginning of the summer, I took off all of, like, the days I would need to take off of work. So, like, the 4th.
Did you take off
Whatever.
those days I mentioned?
Well, I don't work
End
on
of
those
July to
days.
August? Yeah? Okay, cool.
I think we're good.
Okay.
We need to talk about that also, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
So, I took off all the days, da-da-da-da. And so I thought... I woke up on Saturday, a day I thought I had taken off,
Oh no.
at 10 a.m. to a text and a phone call from my
No
manager
call,
No.
saying, wondering where you are. And I'm like, oh my god.
I actually think I've done this
I'm
before.
gonna die. I've never done
I think I have.
I've never
That's
done it
so
before.
stressful.
It was really stressful, and I was supposed to be going up to, like, my friend's camp, so I'm like, oh, that's so embarrassing, like, I'm not gonna be there. And so I'm like, okay, I'll be in there ASAP, whatever. And I'm like, well, it's okay, like, no one is really gonna know, like, only, like, 3 people work in the morning, like, no, everybody in the group chat was like, Mary Grace, where are you, Mary Grace?
Aw,
So everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
I probably thought you
And I'm like, okay, I've never done this before. I'm just gonna really sincerely apologize. Because
Yeah.
I do care.
You're
I felt
human.
bad.
You're allowed to make mistakes.
I'm sure that there was, like, confusion in the morning. Like I just said, only, like, 3 people work in the morning, so they had to scramble for someone to be on the register. So, and then I started getting anxious on my way in
Aw.
about what I was gonna say, and I was like, nope, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to just apologize, and that's it. I cried. I'm, like, apologizing to my manager, and I start crying. I'm like, oh my god, you look like such an idiot!
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to, like, I was, like, sincerely trying to apologize. But I just, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, I just got choked up and it was so embarrassing. And then he hugs me. I'm like, no, this isn't about comforting me. I messed up.
Yeah.
You're human.
As soon as
It was
as
so
soon as I
embarrassing.
learn
It happens
as
so
soon
many
as I
times.
learn how not to cry when I'm angry, it's
Yes!
over for you people. It's
And
over.
a customer comes up and I'm like, do you have a rewards card? I'm like choking. I'm like trying to hold it back. So embarrassing. But
Oh,
I
my.
like, in my head, I'm like, nope, you're good. You're good. Suck it up. Hold it together.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I mean, or you could have been like me, and I just, I was really bad when I was a teenager, and it was just a stupid little job. But this was awful. One time, I wanted to take my little brother to a demolition derby. I think you've
We've
talked
talked
about
about
this, so you now know what it is, right? Okay, so I wanted to take him to one of the county fairs, and so I was like, I can't get off work. I only worked weekends when I was younger, and so I was like, how do I do this?
Where
I
did you
told
work?
them Garfield's, which they're
Oh,
all
that's right,
they're
that's
all
right.
gone now. But I told them that I had an uncle die. How awful is that? I told them I had an uncle die so I could take my little brother
That's
to
awesome.
the fair. And I did that. And then another time, I just no call, no showed. And I think I forgot that I was scheduled. And then I realized the morning and I was like, I'm still not going to go. So I went to a 4-wheeler race out by us. And my manager called me like 12 times. And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know I had to work today. And then he was like, well, are you going to come in? And I was like, no, I don't have my car out here. I lived literally right outside of the 4-wheeler park and just never went.
Yeah. My thing is, like...
That manager was...
I heard he was...
He was... Yeah. I was... Yeah.
The
it was
thing
not
is,
a good thing, so I was like...
If you actually died... That's my mentality is, like, if you died, they would figure it out. If I make a mistake and I'm not there, you'll figure it out. Like, it's not a... This work situation is not a life or death situation. Yeah. Like, you'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you said you had an uncle die.
I was terrified I was going to have an uncle die for, 5
this
years
is the moment that I'm
Oh.
like, they don't care about you as a person. They only care about their job. And I'm not like that. I'm like, I'm a human being. Yeah. I work to live my life. I don't live to work. It's the... my grandfather was actively dying. And they still expected me to come in.
Yeah.
I had just clocked in to my job at the bookstore. As in, like, I hit enter on clocking in. My mom calls.
Mm-hmm.
I just went from clicking enter to picking up the phone. It's my mom. Grandpa's dying. Come say goodbye. I was like, okay, I have to clock back out. I have to go say goodbye to my... They're like,
That's awful.
are you going to come back?
Oh my god!
They're like, are you going to
heartless.
come back? I'm like, I mean... And I did. I was like, I guess. So I went. I was with my family for a couple hours, and they were getting antsy. I'm like, when I say a couple hours, I'm like 2 hours. Saying goodbye to my grandfather as he's actively dying. And they're like, we didn't know if you were going to come back. And I'm like, I shouldn't be here right now. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
And it was that moment that I was like, I'm done. If I don't want to be somewhere, I'm not going to do it. And that's why I work for myself, and I will never get on someone else's schedule again.
I was working at that same job when one of our family members was in the hospital and very randomly, and it was a life or death situation. It was a shock, and I literally cried all day long.
Who's calling you?
I don't know. They're always random calls. And I wanted to leave so bad. And I literally was crying the whole time, and never did they ask if I wanted to leave or anything. Like, I was in high school, and it was very...
Can I be super
very
insensitive?
hurtful. What?
Who? When? Who?
Your brother.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So and then there was people that knew what was going on, and still people just don't care. It's so sad. And bereavement time as an adult, it bothers me so bad. Like, my father-in-law died, and they would not give me any time off, and they were like, well, if it's not blood direct. I was like, I'm sorry, but my husband, his family now is our family. So if heaven forbid something would happen and they would not give him time off, people don't understand that, it doesn't have to be blood, and it's so sad how things are now. But
well, that's what I was thinking
it's
about.
So bothersome.
The cousin group and everything. We're all ridiculously weirdly close,
but a lot of people, they're not as close to their cousins. So if I were to get into a situation, I'm working under someone my cousin died, that's like saying my best friend, my brother, my sister died, that, and they're like, oh, it's just a cousin. No, actually, that's that's your person. That's what do you mean?
Yeah.
And so I stopped caring what other people think because I know they don't actually care about you.
Yeah. It's a sad world we live in. I mean, that was years ago, so
it's
who
a
knows
sad world after
what would
all.
even happen now.
What? I was being an idiot. What'd you say?
I said, and that was years ago, so I would hate to know what it would happen now if stuff like that happened.
Yeah.
One day, but
that's a sad
hopefully I won't be
conversation.
working by then.
Let's move on to something happier.
Your hair looks amazing.
Hey, thanks, man. I'm actual blonde now.
I love it.
It's getting there. I still want. I want to be a white blonde still.
Are you going ash?
I want to be white blonde.
Whoa.
It's still a little warmer than I would like, but it's officially blonde.
I like the warm on you.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we established I'm a cool tone person. No?
Break the rules.
Okay. I look good in everything, so I guess it works.
You're perfect.
I'm perfect. I
was gonna probably have to go to the salon and get it professionally colored if it didn't lighten enough while I was on vacation, but it did, and I'm
That was the little
satisfied.
extra that you needed.
Yeah, so I'm
It
satisfied.
looks so good.
Thanks, man. I'm
Has it
officially
like
blonde.
affected like the texture? Like, do you feel, wow?
Nope, I've been like conscientious of that.
Right.
I'm always worried, is my hair gonna fall out? And I'm like, I don't think it's falling out at a faster rate than what it normally does.
It looks so good.
It still feels healthy. I gotta get it cut here. It's too long, but yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
In other news, I have it stuck in my head. The greatest remix of our generation ever, period, is the ooh, brother, ooh, heaven is a little. I love that. I think
so
that is the
stupid.
greatest thing that our generation has ever come up with, or the last few generations. I think it is perfection. It is my favorite thing in the entire world, and I want to hear it every single day, multiple times a day.
Ooh, baby, do you know that's what?
Ooh, heaven is a place on earth, brother. Ooh.
What is that from? I don't even know what it's from. The Brother Ooh thing.
I don't even
It's a TikTok. It was an original TikTok. It was turned into a sound, and then it's run away with our lives.
It's really good. Is this recording? This is Mary Grace editing and post. We clipped the episode, so we didn't say bye. So, we'll talk at you next week. Bye.